Good evening, Phantom Dustians. We have here for us tonight a very special semifinal matchup between Xanxus and Esper. And it looks like this was recorded by Bregan and Kanye, but I will be here, your friendly neighborhood AfinShou, to provide commentary on this once again semifinal matchup. So let's get into it. Actually, Xanxus recording his perspective here. I'm guessing that means there is a Bregan and Kanye recording too. But regardless of that, we have Esper, the Dazzle up front. That's 4 quick aura compared to Xanxus' 3, but a Flamesword and Marian, not really a bad deal to start. Thought it was a hotter start than that because Esper just wanted to get some preliminary microaggression with the Dazzle down. I don't think he's able to combo that with anything just yet, but he's happy to harass at this point. Even if he has a Cycle Sphere, he's not going to have enough aura to combo that. But Xanxus with a Flame Sword and gets there first. And he's shown a Lightning Sword, loses a swing, and has to deal with a Rian coming up the stairs. Nice jump though. Esper, of course, no slouch. Here's hoping the lag holds up. Or the ping holds up, rather. Just now noticing that he doesn't have a defense, so this staircase is all but locked down. Shield Breaker Ice Sword. Okay, he gets up first this time. This may come down to who has better timing and get the swing off first. At least that's what this first round in Palace has turned into thus far. And again, Esper happy to just harass Xanxus with that Dazzle. There's no combo there. We've seen Ice Sword, the Shield Breaker. Not sure what the other attack is. Unless it's a Lightning Sword. But yeah, he's happy to just throw some Dazzles. Return to Nature takes the heat. I don't think Esper's too worried about that. Nice walk by both players of the sword and the flame respectively. Guard of Water coming in handy. That's one sword lost, one swing down. Heat on Xanxus, and another one coming. That Rian's gonna get real ugly real fast, and that's of course a Lunar Force. That's gonna hit hard. Esper does have a defense finally. I don't know if I saw what it was. Xanxus may want to take it easy on the Dark Hole. Uses the Guard of... Wow, that's... So baiting out shields, if he knows he has a Dark Hole, Xanxus is just going to avoid the combo in case Esper does have something else in hand after the Dazzle. So causing him to use the Dark Hole, free damage, and he did eat up the Guard of Water with the other random Dazzle. So, not something I would have done, but Dazzle Harass, new meta. I like it. This has been a really well-balanced matchup so far. Nobody with a substantial advantage, very few mistakes, lots of high-level play thus far. There's a pretty good chance this one does go the time limit, even given the aggression both players are showing, and that was a fantastic timed Fortress right there. Again, just to reiterate, we are in the semifinals of our 1v1 tournament, so really is not shouldn't be that surprising to see such high-level play coming out of the participants that are still in here. Bullet of Fire. Again, Esper's content to harass. His shields will hold up against that Rian, especially with the Lunar Force gone now. Again, that was a smart pickup in case his shields... Well, no, his shields were fine. But just that takes that much more risk out of the shields being snapped by the Rian. And the amulet will protect in case there's an Armoros on deck. Xanxus does not have a shield to contend with those swords though, but he can walk just fine. And counter with the Rian if he gets the timing right. Timely shield. Esper's got plenty of aura. Like this one. There goes the fortress. Still has the psychic wall, or psycho shell. So Esper's not hurting too bad here. Baiting. Esper down to 7 here. Xanxus, where's he at? Down to 6. Good dodge. That was, ooh. Oh, that was nutty. And we know that, wait, did he lose the dazzle? No, Esper still has a dazzle in hand, so Dazzle Railgun is online. Oh wait, no, he dropped the dazzle, never mind. It's Ice Sword and Railgun left. Tried to manual it. There goes Cycle Shell. And Xanxus has a +2 Rian against a shieldless jumper. And I know I said this might go to the distance, but it's not looking that way right now. Esper's gonna have to put on his dancing shoes if he wants to make it out of this one. Yeah, that would have taken a small miracle to get out of. He was out in the open. He would have had to have gone around that staircase quite a few times to level that out. But game 1 to Xanxus.
Let's go to Shitty.
Shitty it is, per Esper. Round 2, we are in, again, Shitty. Again, boost mines aplenty, as we saw. He's got blaster and laser in hand already. This is about as set up as you're going to get, assuming he can get a couple more aura. Esper's at 2 right now. This is almost catastrophic already. Willing to move in just to stop the vibration buildup. And that may be his best play right now. Without the aura in hand to do anything too... he just doesn't have the time to set up. So his best bet right now is getting in Xanxus' face and harassing, so those vibration skills can't do too much damage. But that... he got the 3 free damage from the trash. Blazing Sword off the edge, and he's got lasers to deal with now. But he's a pro, so he's going to know how to track these things. The Guard of Water eats up the Vibration Blaster. Mid-jump, by the way. Not even a knockdown. And we should see some nasty manuals here. The auto shell is going to eat one of those things. What a cancel! Oof. But he wishes that was Guard of Water. Would no longer have to deal with that Blazing Sword. We're in tight here. Xanxus is trying to create some distance to pop off the lasers. He's bound to get one of these manuals in. I should have took that Blazing Sword swing a lot sooner. Esper's got... ooh, it snuck in! And off the edge, that's 8. Xanxus down to 3. He's going to be manualing that vibration laser like crazy right now, hoping to chip him in. Xanxus is just trying to hope he walks into something at this point, because Esper is on the hunt. We know he's got an Ice Sword and a Blazing Sword with no shields. He takes one little chip, he's off blazing, and Ice Sword might be too expensive at this point. Yeah, Esper's not going to want to take it straight ahead. He's going to easily walk into something there, especially with no shield. Is he going to try to get back up to his base? No, he's coming after him. The manual. Here comes the Blazing Sword. Walks it. Ah, he's off blazing. Wait, no, he's not off. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong health. He's got lots of hits left. Oh, that was a healing water that happened earlier. Esper went back up to 20. He's... okay. Tunnel of Death up that ramp. Xanxus decides to get some more space again, line up the shots. It's cat and mouse at this point. Yeah, I didn't see the healing water before. Put Esper back up. I thought he was at 13 after the laser blade rather. Ooh, this is tense. But as with the earlier pressure that Esper felt, Xanxus is now feeling pressure of his own. But again, like Esper, Xanxus is a total pro, and he's not gonna sweat this too terribly much. He's been here before. He's done this dance before. Again, clearing out trash just to make sure there's nothing janky that comes his way from behind. As few variables as possible. Esper's going to have a tough time moving in at this range. He could actually afford to take a tumble, get back to his base and see if he's got a defense or any sort of ranged attack. He's going to come head first. Xanxus has nowhere else to go after. If Esper can get up this ramp somehow without getting hit, which would be a fucking miracle, by the way, Xanxus is in some kind of trouble. Oh my god, the stones! The patience, the persistence. The bolt of fire comes out. He's got a range attack now. It's going to cause some hesitation on Xanxus' part. He's got guard against a laser. I mean a sword, rather. Ooh, fat fingered it. That could have been gross. You hear Xanxus mashing on the guard. Another healing water for Esper. But Xanxus putting in work with the guard. Bolt of fire, he's down to 1. This is tense as hell. Laser blade in, takes 2. Esper's still good for blazing. Xanxus gonna run, he's gonna stick in with it. Xanxus just jumped directly over the laser blade. Esper's off blazing finally, but he should still have an ice sword, at least for one swing. The bolt of fire's in hand. No shields. Depending on what he does, he could get pot shotted here. The laser blade is still in effect. And Xanxus is gonna stay. The ice sword at the very end. I thought he was gonna pot shot him until until Kingdom Come. Xanxus making that way more close than it had any right to be, for being down to 3 health for as long as he did with a blazing sword and an ice sword, and Esper getting very, very, very convenient healing waters. That was tough, and he almost looked like he might have pulled it out for a second, but get credit to the high level play once again out of both of these players. Alright, round 3. Xanxus with the healing waters in hand looks like he's taken a page from Esper's last deck. He does not want to be caught unawares or down without any way to remedy that situation. Lightning Re and Dark Hole looks like the Palace deck that he had, though. Let's see what else we have here. 2 Rians. Overwrites 1. Xanxus not one to be afraid of digging early and often. Esper with +4 acquisition. Are we thinking Fire of Gehenna this soon? He has to see Xanxus' defense. I'm getting quality here. Let's just go 1080. Just cause. Dazzle again. Free damage. Xanxus is going to be wary of a combo at this point. He sees the acquisition. We know one of those yellows is a dazzle. Return to nature is right there for him. There goes the acquisitions. Doesn't want the flame sword. Interesting. Seems as if he's waiting on something specific then. Lunar Force goes down. Esper still building a little bit. 17 and 16 respectively. Yeah, I think this is the same deck from Palace. And if it's not the same one, it's very similar, plus or minus a healing water here and there. Xanxus wanting to come in from the top, which is not a bad move. Just remove any semblance of advantage from the jump, in case Esper would camp from the top. Just misses the house. Get Esper going up. Xanxus will go up too. If Esper has any sort of a laser, now would be the time to fire it, but same old dazzle. I don't think Esper's packing a rock shot here, but anything's possible. Again, if he had a rock shot, now would be the time to use it. Picks up the Lunar Force. Okay. Doesn't want Xanxus to have any of his own preferred advantages. That's going to hit for 4. So I'm guessing that wasn't a shell defense that Esper let go. Is that vacuum wall? If it was, it didn't connect, or else it would have broken. Xanxus really tried to make sure he maintains the high ground at all times here, except for those instances where he physically cannot do it. But he'll get up even higher. What is that? That's not a vacuum wall. Just eats it. He thought he could make it around the house. He had plenty of order. Block that, and he eats another one. Esper, come on now. These are mistakes he can't be making in this stage. Not under these circumstances, anyway. You have 2 shields full aura. Block the damn Rian. There we go. Will we see our first sword of the match? Who's gonna blink first? That could have been catastrophic. What's Esper dealing with? Ooh, fake. And the front. And 1 shield down. Or the cycle shell is down. And that's 2 games to Xanxus.
Stop. Let me see the controller. Stop messing with that. Oh my fucking god.
Esper audibly frustrated about that last round.
Don't do that.
He ate 2 really unnecessary Rians right there. Had he blocked those, the complexion of the match could have not been so grim so quickly anyway.
Let's see. We played Palace.
It's not that things were necessarily in hand for Xanxus, but that was a spirit breaker for sure. Highway. Got 4 to start for Xanxus. Esper's at 3. Xanxus is not wanting to leave anything to chance. He's moving in with that same deck. Exact same deck, looks like. Got Glacial Wall. Taken. Esper wants a little bit of breathing room here. He's back up, he's up to 4. Shield in hand, he's not really ready yet. Let's see if he moves in to take that Lunar Force back. Huh. The Blaster and the Lightning Sword. Ooh, it didn't go, it didn't track, that's painful. And he gets hit by one of his own. Esper defenses up top. Fortress takes the Lightning Sword. Esper looks... Darkhold. Didn't take it though. So free damage. Esper looks a tiny bit rattled. He's playing a bit reckless at this point. But again, I expect him to fully recover, get his composure back. As soon as he gets a defense in hand, that's going to help. Xanxus is content to retreat and load up. He's got that turb in case Dazzle comes out again. Esper almost at 10. I don't think this is going to be any sort of blazing deck, but remains to be seen. He's waiting for number 10, looks like. orb in hand just in case. Oof, nice block. Auto shell. Ah, the swords are just not hitting for Esper this round. That's twice the tracking should have got him off of a counter and just didn't get there. If that was a jackpot, now's the time to throw it. Vibration. Just unfortunate for him that they spawned so close together. That one finally hits. Yeah, had they had opposing spawns on the map, I guess is usually the case, Esper could be in a better position right now, but as it stands, he trades an Ice Sword for a +5 Rian in a short span of time. And yeah, he's lucky Xanxus got out of there, because those top-down Rians could have been really nasty. Some manuals coming out. Xanxus with just the Rian. Tries to dark pull the sword. Esper needs to watch the Frozen, because that blaster's going to get taken away on the next shot if he's not careful. Manual or not. There it goes. Ice Sword just misses. Tense, 11 to 10. Xanxus down to 14 skills. Esper's at 10. Ice Sword for Ice Sword. I don't think Esper knows what's here. He knows it now. 2 more, and that's ball game. Oh, but that Rian. Forgot he can't block right now. This could be game. There's one more shot at this. Fortress out. Takes the Ice Sword. He's got enough to block the Rian at this point. Please nobody fall through the gap. Don't want another Kanye here. Esper's on the wrong side of town. He can't get away. Rian to deal with. And oh, we couldn't get the shield up in time. That's a heartbreaker too. That's 3-1 Xanxus in our first semifinal round. That means Xanxus is moving on to the finals of the 1v1 tournament yet again. Stay tuned for our next other semifinal match.